So let's paint a picture with a real-world scenario to see this strategy in action. Imagine you're an SRNA, you've got $30,000 tucked away into a 403B from your previous job, smart move, plus you've been prudent enough to save enough money to cover your living expenses while you're in school. So we don't need to tap into those retirement savings while you're in school to cover your living expenses. So far, so good, right? But here's where it gets interesting. Let's say that you decide to just let that 403B just sit and marinate, not touching it all. You're busy with school, no salary coming in, and you're not using your federal tax deduction, which is basically like having a gold mine but not mining it. Meaning, without any income, that deduction basically just goes to waste. Now, I want you to consider this twist. What if we were to convert that 30 grand from your 403B, which is a pre-tax account, into a Roth IRA, an after-tax account? I know it sounds a bit like financial wizardry, but stay with me, because by doing this, you're going to owe some taxes. So let's crunch some quick numbers, mix of state, mix of federal taxes. Just for simplicity's sake, for the purposes of this video, let's ballpark that tax bill at about $3,000. But there's more to the story. If you had left your 403B untouched, assuming it grows at, let's say, 8% a year over the next 30 years, you'd end up with a nice chunk of change, as you can see on the screen here. Now, the growth rate isn't guaranteed, but that's for another video entirely. In fact, your 403B grows to more than if you did the Roth conversion. Now, why is this? Because you pay that $3,000 in tax now, you start with a smaller present value in that Roth IRA. Now, ideally, you'd pay for that tax bill from another source, not your retirement funds, so most of your money, more of your money would be able to enjoy that tax-free growth inside the Roth IRA, which is, again, something for another video. But for the sake of apples to apples, I'll assume that the money is withheld on that conversion because it's got to come from somewhere. We got to pay for that $3,000 from some source. But here's the kicker. While the amount in your Roth IRA might not grow to a bigger dollar amount down the road, it's all tax-free when you withdraw it in retirement. So if we fast forward a few decades, and let's say you're in a higher tax bracket then, maybe around 25% for examples purposes, suddenly that tax-free nature of your Roth IRA is like having a golden ticket. The tax savings compared to if you had just left it in your 403B to grow could be seriously substantial. So in the tale of our two accounts, it's not just about how much you have at the end in each account, it's about how much you get to keep after taxes. And by tackling a smaller tax bill today, you sidestep potentially heftier taxes down the line. It's kind of like choosing to do a little bit of homework each day instead of cramming for the final at the buzzer.